What is up, everybody, and welcome to this week's video. In this video, I'm going to just be tagging you along my week's worth of crafts. But I have a couple goals for this week's video. I'm hoping to make a couple things I can sell. I'm hoping to get it all done in a week, obviously, and I'm hoping to make it all fish themed. I have a fish event on Saturday, so I'm hoping to get a fish outfit done before then. It is currently Friday at 10:30, and let's just get started with the video starting on Monday. Hello everybody, it is currently Monday at 2 p.m. I have finally finished school and I finally have time to start crafting and recording. Today I plan on making a bunch of things with clay, so I noticed I didn't have much clay and I make my own, so this morning I just went ahead and made some clay. I'm going to be showing you the process and I'll try to explain what I'm doing as I show you. So that's enough with the yapping, let's get to crafting. See you there. Hello everybody and welcome. To start this adventure, I took a chunk of clay and started flattening it out by squeezing it with my fingers, and then I began pressing it up against my desk. I then placed a fish stencil on top once it was fully flattened and just began cutting it out. I did this by taking a clay tool and just stabbing along the edges of the stencil. It was pretty easy, and once that was done I began pulling away the excess clay. Once the fish was away from the excess clay, I began to smooth out the edges just to bring out that fish shape a little more. Once the basic shape was there, I went back and did a little more detailed smoothing just to make sure everything was intact and looked how it was supposed to. I then took a wire and turned it into a keychain hook. I don't really know what they're called, but basically I just bent the wire, turned it into a hook, then wrapped it around the excess. I then took the hook and inserted it into the fish's mouth. You have to be careful when doing this to make sure it doesn't poke through either side of the fish, so I was making sure to watch out for that as I went along. I then began to push clay up against the wire just to make sure that it was extra sturdy when it dried, because I didn't want it falling apart. I then began my second attempt at a fish, and I flattened the clay out more so this one didn't come out as thick. I just did everything over again using the same clay tool and just began pushing away the excess clay. Once the shape was done, I pulled the fish away from all of that clay and once again just started smoothing out the edges. I used a different tool and I'm going in a little more detail with it. I am just going alongside the edges, making sure there's no rough bumps or lumps, and I'm making sure everything is neat and clean. I created another little keychain hook and once again just inserted it into the fish's mouth, trying to be very careful to not push it through either side. Of course, it did end up going through on this one, so I'll be showing you how to fix that. In order to fix it, you just take a small lump of clay, flatten it out, and then start smoothing it on the area that needs it. I end up doing a side-by-side comparison of the two fishes, and once again I do think the second attempt came out a lot cleaner and of course thinner. Now I'm going to be making fish charms inspired by this fish I made like a year ago. First you take a lump of clay and then you just start pulling the tail out. Then you start just pulling, stretching, flattening the clay until you get the desired tail shape and the desired fish head shape. This is pretty easy to do, so I made 2 of them, so I'll have 3 total and I'll be selling like 1 or 2 of them. Once again, you just take a wire, you measure it up against the fish, or whatever you're making, you loop it, you wrap the wire against the excess wire so it stays secured, and then you trim any extra wire that may be needed, and then you just shove it through the, in my case, fish's mouth, but just whatever item you're trying to make. I made a couple things off camera. This includes 2 stars to match with the fish keychains and 3 balls. I'm not too sure what I'll be doing with the balls, but I'm sure they'll come in handy eventually. Hello everybody, it is currently now 9:15 p.m. and I wanted to update you on details added to my clay things. So I started by adding eyes and lips to my fish charms. Then I attempted to make a blobfish by adding all the facial features and limbs to it. Then I tried to make a pufferfish the same way. So I got most of the progress I wanted to get done today done. So tomorrow I won't have to do too much with clay anymore, but I'll still have to add little details. Like I'll have to finish the blobfish's tail, I'll have to add eyelids, and I'll just have to fix any cracks that form, and I'll have to sand them, of course. So I'll be updating you on what I do tomorrow, obviously. So I'll see you then, and we'll see what other projects we get up to tomorrow. Hello everybody, it is currently Tuesday at 11:50 a.m. I have finished school for the entire week, so moving forward I will be able to craft just pretty much all day, from like as soon as I wake up to like 3-4 p.m. So yeah, hoping to make some good progress. So today I have added a little more details to my clay items along with making a bit more because I want to make magnets, and yesterday I forgot to start on those, so that's unfortunate. And later on I plan on sewing a bit, maybe making a shirt or something, so yeah, stay tuned for that. See you later, and let's just jump right into it. So I started by adding a tail to my blobfish. I did this by just adding chunks of clay and then of course smoothing it out, making it sturdy, and then just shaping the tail. It took a while to get a good enough tail shape, but I just kept squishing at it, flattening it, pulling it to shape until I just thought it was good enough and I started to move on. Then I kept smoothing out any lumps or bumps that I noticed as I went on, trying to make it more even. And then I went ahead and added some eyelids to my blobfish. I just got some small balls of clay, rolled them out, and then just applied it to the blobfish's eyes, and then smushed the clay down so it stayed in place. I then just repeated the same process to the other eye, so we have eyelids on both eyes. I did the same for the pufferfish as well, just rolling clay out to make eyelids. I then got aluminum foil and squished it into a ball to make a turtle for a magnet, but I made the ball too big, so I ended up needing to cut it in half, and I used the smaller sized one. I then got some clay and began flattening it out with my fingers, just squishing it until it was good enough for me. Then I applied the clay to the aluminum ball and just began shaping a turtle shell. I let the shell dry for a bit, then went back and added a head with some limbs and a tail, and I made the limbs more even later on, just off camera. Then grabbed some more clay and began flattening it in order to make a bear magnet. I did this by just creating a bear head stencil and stabbing it out of the clay. I then removed the stencil and began pulling away the excess clay and just rounding out the edges of the bear. I was just smoothing it out, getting the basic bear head shape, and then I went back and smoothed it a little more with the clay tool. I then flattened some more clay in order to make a fish magnet, and this time I didn't use a stencil, I just drew on a fish shape with my pointed clay tool and just began cutting that out. Once the fish was away from the excess clay, I just began to smooth it out and get that fish shape back. Then I wanted to make a frog worry stone, so I just took a ball of clay and smushed it with my thumb, and then I just let that sit and dry. And then I added eyes using clay balls. Then I took a clay ball and separated it in order to make legs, and I made these for the big clay ball I made. Hello everybody, it is still Monday, it is just 12:50 now. I am trying to figure out a shirt I can alter a bit. I found a couple potential options, that's why my bed is so nasty right now. So I will change into my first two options right now. So first up we have this. I never wear this, I don't like the fit of it, I think it's ugly, so I'd be willing to turn this into something else. What I'm wanting to do is add like a brownish fish on top of it, like a patch, because I want a fish outfit. So this is a potential one. The only issue is it has this graphic on it, and that's kind of an awkward shape. I don't think I'll be able to put a fish on top of it yet. So I probably can't use this, but maybe. And now I'll show you the second option I picked out. So my second option is this shirt. I'm probably gonna do this one, but this used to be my favorite shirt until I washed it, and then it like shrunk weirdly. It just doesn't fit too good. It's like really tight on my elbows and my chest and everything, so it just feels super restricting. So I mean, if I end up messing up my first attempt, I wouldn't mind messing up this one or the other one I showed you. And I found some clothes that I'd be willing to sacrifice for fabric to make the fish, so I'll show you those too. Alright, so first up we have this weird pale brown shirt crop top. This is pretty much a bra. Like it's a crop top, but it's the size of a bra. I don't wear this and it's super tight. So since it's a pale brown, I was thinking about using this for the fish, like maybe the body or something. Then we have this long sleeve shirt. I don't wear it. It fits really weird. It's like really, really tight on like the armpits and elbows and everything, but really loose and boxy and wrinkly on the waist, so I don't wear it. But it's a nice, like, rich brown, you could say. So maybe I could use that for like the fish's head or tail or something. Then we have this like khaki or light brown tan skirt. I don't wear skirts, so especially not this kind. So I could probably sacrifice some of this in order to make a fish. So those are the three colors I'm thinking of using for the fish, which is why that brown shirt would work so good. But it's just the graphic. I can't cut that out. I can't do anything with that. I don't know what to do. Hello everybody. Real talk. I don't know if this fish outfit will come together. I don't have a good vision for the fish shirt. I want to create a fish patch out of like a couple materials I have. Then I wanted to sew it onto a shirt, and I wanted it to be a bit more like masculine, you could say. But the options I have are really girly, so I'm going to have to make it like a white, cutesy little thing, which isn't a bad thing. It's just not what I wanted. It's not what I'm envisioning. So now that this is turning into the reality, I don't know if I want to continue. I don't want to go out and buy anything for the outfit. I don't have time. I don't got money. I don't want to spend money. There's no need to if I have the things in my room, so I'm not too sure what I want to do. I'm gonna edit, think about it, then I might pop back in and inform you what I've come up with. So, see you when I get everything together. I didn't record myself doing it, but I made a fish patch. All I need to do is sew it up, and then I need to make an eye for it. I made it using this fish pattern, and yeah, I just glued the fabric to it, and it came out pretty good. Once it's sewed on, I'll probably put a button for the eye, and then I might make like a big fabric patch to put this on, then attach that to the shirt. So I'll see you when I figure everything out.
Alright, chat, so I sewed it on the shirt. I'm pretty happy with how it came out. There's a couple of imperfections, but just one imperfections, and it's perfect. Overall, I think it's just adorable. So I think what I'll do is I'm just chop off the sleeves a little bit, like about, elbow length sleeves, and I will update you on when that's done.
Alright, chat, so it's done. I cut the sleeves off and I hemmed it. I know it looked better with the sleeves on, okay? But I wouldn't wear it like that because it was so uncomfortable, so I'm glad I did it either way. Because I like the fish and I would enjoy to wear it, so yeah. I'm already having some ideas on how I could style it. So I have some shorts that I could use, obviously, or I could make a skirt. And since I cut the sleeves off, I might be able to make like leg warmers or something, or gloves too, just something, since it's gonna be all cutesy and whatnot. So I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna show you an outfit I'm kind of envisioning and maybe see if I can give you the vision too. So see you in 2 seconds. Alright, so this is outfit base number one. I don't think I like the leg warmers because they are so tight. Like leg warmers are usually like chunky, flowy, and whatnot. These are like right on my legs, so I don't know. I kind of like it. I kind of wish the shirt was more snatched like this, but am I gonna do that? No. So this is outfit one. I think it's kind of nice, and of course I'll have to make accessories. But like I said, this is just the base. I think I'm getting the vision. I don't know if you guys are, and then I'll show you outfit two. All right, guys. So this is outfit number two. I mean, I think I like this less. Like this would be for a more basic outfit, if you will. I think maybe if these were a dark jean color instead of a light jean color, this would be better. But so far, I think I like the camo shorts more. What's up, guys? It is currently 3:10 p.m. and I think I'm done crafting for today. I want to play Minecraft, so I'll see you tomorrow. Hello everybody, it is currently Wednesday at 10:25 a.m. and pretty much as soon as I woke up, I started on my crafts. So I'd like to just get into it and start showing you the progress. Started off by just filling out any cracks that I had formed in the clay. I did this by just adding lumps of clay to the surfaces and just smoothing it out. Here are the clay pieces I chose to paint today. And then I just began painting, which I feel is pretty self-explanatory, so I'll just shut up and let you watch. Then I just took some Mod Podge and began to seal them up. And then here are the final results. Hello everybody, it is currently 11:12 a.m. and I'm thinking about trying to add a brown hem to the shirt. I would use this fabric material. I've never done anything like that before, so this is going to be my first attempt, and I hope it looks good. So what I'm going to be trying to do is just adding this fabric to like my sleeves, the bottom of the shirt, and maybe the top of the shirt if I can figure that out. So I guess see you in 2 seconds if it turns out good. Alright guys, so I did it. I know it looks kind of weird, but overall I think it looks okay. I think if I was a little more skilled in sewing, this would have came out better, but I still think it's pretty okay. I like the shirt more with the sleeves on, so when I cut it off, I was kind of bummed. But now that it has the brown hems to it, I like it. I would wear this. So I hope you agree. I think it's cute because I kind of loved it. Guys, it is now 1:30 and I am done for today. I want to play Minecraft. I have appointments and I have to hang out with my boyfriend. So I am just gonna leave that off for today. I got a lot of things done today and I really like that shirt. I was hoping to make a bag today, but that shirt took way too long. So I think tomorrow I'm gonna make a little water bottle holder or something. It's either gonna be fish shaped or just a normal water bottle holder but with a fish on it. I have no idea yet, so stay tuned for that and we'll figure it out together, I guess. Hello everybody, it is currently Thursday at 11:40 a.m. and I have been crafting all morning once again. I started at like 8 a.m. and finished like pretty much just now. So what I did was I just finished painting all my clay pieces so we can move on. So I'd like to just get straight into it and show you what I've done so far with them. So here are all the pieces I'm going to be painting, and then I'm just gonna shut up and let you watch because once again painting is pretty self-explanatory. I then took some Mod Podge and began sealing them up, along with turning the turtle into a magnet. And then here are the finished results of all of the pieces. Began turning the fishes into a keychain. I did this by using some clasps, jump rings, and chains. Hello everybody, it is currently 12:30 p.m. and I think I'm going to attempt to make a fish water bottle holder. I have no idea what I'm doing. I've never done anything like this before. I did make a fish stencil. I know you can't really tell what it is, but I drew some things on there. So I'll get the basic shape and then I can cut this out for like the details like the eyes, the iris, and the fins. And then I also made the little tail fin. I just hope this goes well. I'm going to try to make a brown fish kind of like I did with that fish shirt and just wish me luck. I'll see you in 2 seconds and update you on the progress. Alright chat, so I'm so over this. I'm almost done. Kinda. Maybe like an hour or so left to go. So far I have both panels you could say done. Both sides look like this. I have the tail done and then I have 2 little fins. I just need to sew everything together and then add a strap and whatnot to it, and I should be done. I should be freed from this task. This is so hard, and I don't think it'll look good, but either way, I'm going to use it because I'm not doing all this for nothing. It's currently 1:39, and I'm still not done. I started this like so long ago. See you when it's done. Alright, chat, so I have a story for you. So I got the fish all done, and it looked so good and perfect, and then I went to put my water bottle in it to like test it out, and it didn't fit at all. So I had 2 options: cry about it and give up, or try to fix it and then cry later. So I chose to cry later, and I kind of fixed it. He's really ugly and he's huge. What I did was I just cut it and then added some fabric there. But now the issue is, well, hold on. But this is made out of a stretchy fabric, but I put like a jean thing in there, so it's like a good bag. It's sturdy. But when I added the extra fabric, I didn't do that, and that might not be a problem if it wasn't for the fact that's literally where I need to put like the D-ring to make an area for the straps to clip onto. Um, so I went from not being able to hold my water to being able to hold my water bottle, but now I can't attach clips to it. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I'll see you when I figure it out. Alright chat, he's done and I will show you him. So here he is. Yep. He sure is a fish, and he sure did take forever. He sure was hard to make. So in order to fix it not fitting my water bottle, I just added some fabric here, and now it looks really funny. It looked pretty good when I first made it, but then it just had to be done. The straps are wavy because it's the waistband of a skirt. The skirt didn't have enough fabric to finish it, so just everything that could go wrong went wrong. I also used up all of my brown thread and all of my tan thread, which sucks because there's still a lot of things I need to do for this outfit, and this outfit's color scheme is like brown and tan. So it's pretty exciting. So I'm done making stuff today. This is it. So tomorrow I have to make all of the jewelry, like necklaces, bracelets, and I have to make a belt pouch. And I have to make a couple fish plushies. So I don't know if I can get this outfit done in time, but it'll be at least hopefully wearable by the time I need it to be. So yeah, bye, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Hello everybody, it is currently Friday at 9 a.m. and I have a lot of stuff to do, so let's just get into it, starting off with making jewelry. So I started off by just cutting apart this necklace I made a while ago just for the bead. Once that was done, I cut the size string I wanted for my necklace, and then I just started beating the string. Once that was done, I then applied some jump rings to my fish charm and then applied that to the necklace. I then made a matching bracelet the same way. Okay, chat, so there's a couple things I still need to do. I need to make a belt pouch, and I'd like to make some pins, but I'm going to prioritize the belt pouch. And I don't know what else the outfit needs because I haven't fully tried it on yet. So I think I'm going to try it on, see what it needs, and then just get started. So I'll come back here showing off what I'm thinking about doing for this outfit. Alright guys, so here the outfit is. It's a little boring, I guess, compared to what I usually do, but I think it's okay. I got my little fish thing, and yeah. I wanted brown socks with it, but I don't have any brown socks, so you kind of can't see it. But I got Morty socks on, and I mean he's got brown hair, so I think that's good enough. I think that's what I'll use for this. It's either that or Dr. Pepper socks. I felt like these match more. Usually I make belt pouches because my pants don't have pockets, but I mean these ones they kind of fit my phone, so I might just call this good because I don't really want to sew anymore. I can always sew later. I just really don't want to. Plus, I know I just said it was boring, so you'd think I'd want to add more, but I feel like if I added more, it would look even worse. So I think what I'll do is I'm just gonna cut these stupid pocket flaps off because they look so silly. It's like they don't attach to anything; they just flop out straight out typically. So I think I'm gonna cut those off, and then I'll just call this good. And with all that said and done, I think that this is the end of the video. I got all of my goals met, and I finished everything. Thank you for watching if you did, and if you have any recommendations on what to do next, please let me know. And yeah, I hope to see you next time. Bye!